This Jay Muse.
This is Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13.
Hey, this is Brian Holler.
This is Brett Dolph.
Hey, this is Eddie Trunk, and you're listening to Beer Bros and BS.
Beers Bros BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
You should be listening to Beer Bros and BS every day, every minute for the rest of your lives.
Snooch to the nooch.
Welcome to episode 49 of Beer Bros and BS. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. Tonight I'm joined with
Tony,
JJ the Mill Chef,
Jose,
And Alex, the king of Alapado.
So as always, we got a bunch of great beer here we're going to be drinking tonight. Jose, you want to read the beers out?
Sure. Read Dank Ulysses.
That's actually correct.
Azaka. Just Azaka. Here we go.
This will be good. This should be
I'm
good.
flexing. Like the golf style right before. Weihenstephaner.
All right. No,
It's not bad.
that's a good try.
War beer.
That's probably the best you've ever pronounced.
Clown Shoes Luchador en Fuego.
Correction, that was the best you've ever pronounced.
And Modern Times Hoppy Galaxy.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's
No.
Protocosmos.
Good
Cosmos.
enough. There we go.
And you got one more in the fridge chilling?
Oh yes, good nightmare Mekong.
Mekong.
Yeah.
So as always, we're going to start off with the first beer. JJ, why don't you tell us a little bit more?
Yep. Welcome back to myself. Thank you.
A little passive-aggressive
Welcome
much?
Right?
Somebody had to say it.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's great to be here, even though if I do say so myself.
Anyway, just came back from a little bit of a beer vacation, and this is one of the beers I brought back. It's from Cigar City Brewing up in Tampa. Shocking, another CCB beer on here. But actually, it's kind of a transplant because it's coming from Virginia, from the Guarbecue. It's the Guar Festival, metal festival that's in Richmond. This is the odorous ale, pale ale, that they serve as, the house beer for the festival.
The official beer.
The official beer for Guarbecue. Doesn't list the hops, but it's a pale ale. It's good for outdoors. What do you guys think?
I think it's brewed with the dead flesh of human scum.
Oh yeah. Probably some semen from alien monsters.
I like
Oh,
it.
that's the
I think,
mouthfeel. I see.
I'm gonna guess that this probably has Pilsen malt. Is what?
Yeah, it tastes a
Based on
little
that
bit
color, too.
Yeah.
So it's like if rather than using Turo, if you use Pilsner.
But I do get some New World hop action up in this bitch.
Yeah, it's a lot different than Invasion.
Oh yeah, worlds apart for
Yeah.
sure.
Is this different from the one that the first release of the Guar that they did?
Every year it's different.
Oh, every year it's different.
Yeah, one year was a red ale.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was the Impaled ale, I believe.
Yeah, and then I think one time it was like a hoppy pilsner.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Invasion uses a Saison yeast, right?
I don't know.
No clue.
Anyways,
I know that the Highlight uses English yeast because they listed it on the. Remember the bottle that had the 12 different hops in for Cigar City?
No, not ringing a bell.
Well, it was one of them that they just threw a whole bunch of hops and it was ridiculous. I think we reviewed it once.
Okay, so as always, we're going to start off with a few Would You Rather questions. Let me ask you guys. Would you rather have our next guest on the show be a longtime listener or a 25-foot lava golem?
I'd say a long-time listener because that would prove we actually have one.
Everyone knows that lava golems love our show.
That is our longtime listener.
Do we have any lava golems that are long-time listeners?
Please send in
We
your
could-
photo
we
and
could
question.
Do two.
Send us
Buy one
a...
get one free there.
Send us a nude if you're a chick.
A nude
If you're a sexy
female
lava
lava gold.
Well, I guess she'd be a hot chick.
Whoa!
Hose.
Okay, so would you rather...
Score one for Jose.
Smoldering.
Would you rather be immortal or reincarnate each time you die?
Reincarnate as another human?
not say.
Immortal or reincarnate? These are my choices.
Yeah.
But I always
no
reincarnate.
memories, right? No memories in the reincarnation.
Always
Like how it
reincarnate as
really
a
happens.
human being.
I'll go immortal, brother.
Yeah, if I can't take my past memories, I mean,
You want to keep that consciousness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be the last person alive on this planet till it ceases to exist.
And then float in outer space forever.
But
Yeah.
So,
See, I would like that. That's why I picked that.
say all life on Earth ends. Do you get reincarnated as like an alien life form?
A speck of bacteria on a comet.
Yes.
You are an amoeba.
Yeah. So, see, I wouldn't want this to happen.
Might be an
So-
exciting life. Flying around the galaxy.
But you're an amoeba. You don't fucking know about it. You don't have a
Living
brain.
Right, but that's the same as reincarnation, right? You don't know about it.
You'll be living a vida loca.
Amoeba loca.
Amoeba loca.
Technically, that would be the definition of death. I mean, your consciousness dies.
Nah, trees don't have consciousness and they're alive.
Well, but I mean, as a human being, like what we perceive to be alive is like really your consciousness.
Okay,
Yeah,
then,
we
Dave.
have-
So,
I would have to say immortal because I don't want to be reincarnated as a fucking lungfish.
Okay. Would you rather have earbuds that you will never lose or
Or the iPhone 7.
earbuds where the wires will never tingle?
ooh,
The iPhone 7.
Both.
I would say the wires never tangle because I'm usually good about not losing my
yes, I agree.
earbuds.
I'd rather have the wires never tangle because I can just easily replace them.
I don't know. I like them both. I wish I could find the. I'll go with the not tangle because I haven't lost a pair in a while. And last time I lost a pair, I found it, so I ended up with 2 pairs. So now I'm
Usually
good
what-
for a while.
Yeah,
Usually,
you got-
how I lose
got
my
a spare
headphones
now.
is that I
Yep.
accidentally take them off, and when I'm taking them off, it accidentally lands inside my coffee cup, and that's the end of the headphones.
Would you rather be an hour early for everything you attend, wasting a bunch of your life being early, or be 15 minutes late for everything you attend?
Including job interviews, so
Everything.
you'll never be employed again.
Unless they're running late.
Yeah, I'll go with early because I usually am early.
I guess I would say early because I'm generally early as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with early.
Yeah, I could always sort of entertain myself for an hour.
I'm always late. Let's not kid ourselves. All right. Would you rather have size 16 feet or hands the size of catcher mitts?
The size and shape, like
Just a size.
grossly deformed. Just
Elephant
like,
fingers.
yeah, right.
A lot of action with those hands. I'd rather
I'll
have
go,
the
I'll go
hands.
with the size 16 feet because I feel like it'd be easy to find limited release sneakers.
You think so? You would think so.
No,
I have size 15. It's not that easy.
man, 16 it gets easier.
They say at 14 it gets easier. All right. So, would you rather go for an excellent meal and then see a terrible movie, or have a terrible meal and see an excellent movie?
Oof, that's hard. I like food too much, so I'm gonna go with I'd rather have good food because I can always leave the movie and then go have more food.
Yeah, and you can make fun of the movie.
What's the order? Do I have to eat before the movie in both scenarios?
Yes.
Then I'd rather eat a poor meal and then see a good movie because then
And
it
end on
ends
a
well.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Anyways, the movie usually lasts longer. The entertainment value of you.
If you think
watching
so,
the
then you're
movie.
eating wrong.
Well, I was gonna say if it was a really
Those are
good,
the two guys on the couch.
yeah. Plus, if
You're
it's
doing it wrong.
You eat for 3 hours.
Hello.
If
Well.
it calls for it, yes.
and plus if you have a really good meal, chances are you might fall asleep during the film, regardless of how good
Did
it is.
did Burns? You went to Burns recently. Did they have a bed? Did they have sleeping quarters?
Yeah, you could fall asleep in the dessert room.
Yeah, because it's really dark in the dessert room, and it they really should have like places to freaking collapse into a food coma because pretty much knocked out for the rest of the night afterwards.
Yeah, amazing.
At Beer
recommend.
Bros restaurant.
Yeah,
The food
highly
coma.
recommended.
And the final question of the night: would you rather lose all of your fingers or all of your toes?
Toes.
Toes. I don't have feeling in my toes anyway.
Yeah, it's got to be toes. Your
I need these babies.
yeah, your hands are too important.
Yeah, how am I gonna grab my beers with my feet? Get out of here.
Okay.
What do I
Damn,
look
it's a
like, an
tough choice.
orangutan?
I can't do my job without my fingers, but I can't run without my toes. But I never really run anyway, so I guess I have to go for my toes.
We're on coming up to our second beer.
You
of the
just
night.
have to get some special shoes, I think.
Type, yeah. Can you imagine doing our work, Tony? Without fingers. We'd have to strap two little pencils to her palms and just peck at it.
Yeah.
Pecker at it.
Pecker.
Sorry, I just had to throw in the pecker.
All right, and the second beer of the night is brought to us by yours truly. It is Osaka India Pale Ale by Founders Brewing out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Bottled earlier this year. I was unaware of that. An ABV of 7% with 70 IBUs. What do you guys think of it?
It smells like honey.
I love, I had this fresher, and Osaka is one of my favorite hops. It is incredibly juicy and tropical, fruit forward.
It's very new.
And it is very new. It is very new. It actually just got named. It used to be an experimental hop. Got named maybe a couple years ago.
It's not that rare though. It's available.
No, yeah, it's it's available. But yeah, it's very fruit forward, and it's not too bitter. I feel like when I had it, it's definitely a hoppy beer I would start with. Doesn't really fuck up the palate. Tastes nice.
Intro to IPAs.
Yeah, it's not too bitter, but that means you can't make a northeastern style, for instance, with this.
I'm not so sure. You could put it in there at some point, you know.
Yeah, you do the hop bursting with Osaka, and then right.
You could do the hop bursting with Osaka. I feel like you make a hop cocktail, a bunch of different hops,
Or a
Right.
hop tail.
a hop, a bouquet of sorts.
So this was just a regular 12-ounce bottle. So I brought another beer from Founders. And we're going to try this one next.
I actually didn't know that Redonkulous was in 12-ounce bottles.
Well, that is ridiculous.
I got this one. My brother sent me this from Michigan, so it might not actually be down here.
Ah,
and only up there. But while we're finishing up that one and they're pouring out the third beer of the night, I guess I'll go ahead and do my topic. I don't know if you guys saw the roast of Rob Lowe on Comedy Central.
I missed it.
Nope. On vacation. Beer vacation.
So I'm going to quickly go over some of the funniest jokes that were said that night. In attendance, there was Pete Davidson from SNL, Jimmy Carr, who's a British comedian. David Spade was the host. Nikki Glazer, who has her own show
Nikki Glazer?
on Comedy Central. Peyton Manning was there. Rob Riggle, Ann Coulter, Jewel.
Jewel, like the singer.
Yeah.
They just try to pick the most random people they could. Is it?
Well,
Yeah.
80s. She's super 80s, right? 21 Jump Street. That's where you got to start. Rob
Jewel?
Lowe.
Oh.
I was gonna say what?
Jeff Ross. And, of course, Jeff Ross was there.
Yeah, he's
So-
always
Not
The
all of them.
master of roast.
So some of the jokes were kind of, they were setting up other people. Pete Davidson said to Peyton Manning, Peyton looks like a football player that evolved to, looks like if football players evolved to no longer need helmets. Jimmy Carr said on Nikki's Comedy Central show, Not Safe with Nikki Glazer, she found out her father is hung like a horse. And we found out Nikki inherited her face from her dad's dick. He said, Jeff is called the roast master because he works in a Starbucks. Jewel has an incredible voice, an incredible body, and a face. David Spade said, Pete, I actually thought you were black, but I guess you just have your dad's ashy skin. Now, if you guys don't know about Pete Davidson, his dad died on 9/11.
Oh.
Yeah. And he said, many of you know Rob from The West Wing. Rob, I assume your pal Charlie Sheen helped you out with that. He's used to working with AIDS. Fuck. And then he said White House AIDS. Nikki Glazer said, Jeff, you and Hitler have a lot in common. Micropenis, you're bad at your art, and no one cared about you until you started roasting people.
This is rough.
She said, Nikki Glazer then said, Jimmy A. Carr is what, Ralph Macchio was there. Karate
Kid.
Yeah. He said
Daniel-san.
Jimmy A. Carr
Necklace done.
is what Ralph Macchio has to do to find a place to sleep every night. And then Jewel, your teeth are like the Spice Girls. They're all different colors, and they're doing their own thing. Peyton Manning said, Jeff Ross, I love that new hairstyle, pal. It makes it so much easier for women to describe you to the cops. Now all they have to say is, he looked like Fat Pitbull. And ironically, he was dressed as Prince. Because, he always has a weird gimmick or costume for a roast.
He was like Gaddafi at one of them.
And then he was talking to Peyton Manning was there because I guess 5 years ago, Rob Lowe said that he was retiring. That was his last season in the NFL. So I guess that's why Peyton Manning was on the show. He said, you try to take out the air out of my retirement so fast, you can probably get a job as Tom Brady's ball boy. Rob Riggle said, hey, Ralph Macchio is here. The Karate Kid 2 is the worst sequel since World War II. And Pat Morita had to suffer through both.
Jesus.
Jewel
Poor
said,
Pat Morita.
Peyton Manning is here because Eli Manning is still out there making his dad proud.
Nice.
Rob Lowe said, Peyton Manning's here to show Zika babies it could really be much worse. He said SNL has just released a compilation of David Spade's funniest sketches. It's called The Best of Chris Farley. And then Ann Coulter said, thank you. I want to welcome everybody to the Ann Coulter roast with Rob Lowe. Because while those were some little jabs there, the really bad jokes were aimed at Ann Coulter.
Who is this woman?
Ann Coulter, she's a Republican shock jock.
Okay.
She's written 11 books. This is a picture of what she looked like during the roast. She wasn't smiling much.
Yeah, she's a fairly attractive woman.
She says things.
No, not really.
No?
She says things that try and get people upset. She sells books and whatnot, which is what she tried to do there when she went on stage. Is she brought out her latest book, which was released, I think she said 4 days before. So, shameless promotion. And when I say she's really to the right, she's really to the right.
Yeah.
We don't talk much politics on this.
She's really right.
She's to the right. Rob Riggle said, if Ann Coulter is here, someone must have said her name 3 times. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Peyton Manning said, wow, I just realized that I'm not the only athlete up here. As you all know, earlier this year, Ann Coulter won the Kentucky Derby. I'm going to save this one to a little bit later. That's pretty bad. Nikki Glazer said, the only person you'll ever make happy is a Mexican that digs your grave. She said, without fear, adieu. Ann Coulter, and you have written 11 books. 12 of you include Mein Kampf. Rob Lowe said, and you know what, Ann? After seeing your set tonight, I think we all witnessed the first bombing that you can't blame on the Muslim.
Damn.
Everyone is asking why Ann Coulter is here tonight because the right to lifers wanted to see what an abortion looks like up close. Jimmy Carr said, one of the most repugnant, hateful, hatchet bitches alive, but it's not too late to change, Ann. You could kill yourself.
That's awesome.
Jeff Ross said, Ann, what happened? You wrote 11 books, but you couldn't write a fucking joke? She bombed pretty bad. David Spade said, Ann seems stiff and conservative, but she gets wild in the sheets. Just ask the Klan. I haven't seen you laugh this hard since Trayvon Martin got shot.
Oh, fuck.
Ann hopes the Republicans can hold on to the House so she can still haunt it. He said, is Pete Davidson white? Is he black? Ann Coulter wants to know so she can decide if she hates him. Jewel said, Jeff Ross is going to party like it's 1999. Ann Coulter is going to vote like it's 1899. She said, gay men love Ann Coulter because 2 minutes into speaking with her, they remember why they hate pussy. And then she said, as a feminist, I can't support everything that's being said up here tonight, but as someone who hates Ann Coulter, I'm delighted. And the one that hated her the most, by far, was Pete Davidson. He said, Ann Coulter, if you're here, Ann, who's scaring the crows away from our crops? Last year, we had Martha Stewart selling sheets, and now we have Ann Coulter who's cutting eye holes in them. And Ann Coulter Ann Coulter and no black people. What are we roasting? A cross? Oh, there were no black people on the African Americans on the dais. So they saw the opportunity there for quite a hit.
The roast of Ann Coulter.
Why would she agree to even get on this show?
Yeah,
Like,
Did anyone
are stupid.
roast Rob Lowe?
Question: Is this
I
Like,
didn't hear anything named that Rob Lowe.
Did I pour this?
I don't know.
No,
if
you have the ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the ridiculous.
So this is the next beer.
No, that's the ridiculous.
Yeah, you briefly just said
Yeah, we-
I brought two, but you didn't really
Yeah,
describe
we
it.
poured it, but we didn't really.
So
talk
you
about
already
it.
drank that one?
Yep.
Yeah, we're done with
It was
ridiculous.
Okay.
delicious.
So let me introduce Ridiculous by Founders Brewing Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is an Imperial Red IPA with an ABV of 9.5%, coming in at 90 IBUs.
I believe they also use rye in it.
What did you guys think of it? I'm going to taste it now.
It's not bad.
I'd have to say it was pretty ridiculous.
it was hoppy.
No, it was quite dank. So,
It's very hoppy. It's very copperish. Also, the color.
Yeah.
I just realized because it's a dank IPA, they call it ridiculous.
You just realized that now.
Now that
Tony,
punch.
ladies and
now,
gentlemen.
now that I've said it,
Twice. I'm pretty sure you said it. At least
You just said it 3 or 4
Guys, you
times.
get it? Get it? Ridiculous. It's dank.
Oh, I thought it was just
So this is the next beer then?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to pour this if whoever wants to introduce this one.
if you like your IPAs dank, we recommend Founders Ridiculous.
Dank, dank. Dank, 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 dank.
So I brought Protocosmos from Modem Tomes.
Modern times.
Say the name of
It's
the things right, please.
It's an IPA. Hoppy Galaxy IPA.
This is
Description
pale ale,
goes, Protocosmos combines the crazy fruity awesomeness of Australian Galaxy hops with the bright citrusy qualities of American Autumn and Centennial hops. The dry cracker-like malt body is super saturated with hop flavor and aroma, allowing you to revel in the diggity dankness of these absurdly expensive hops without any sweetness to harsh your mellow. Protocosmos is named after an insane underground world described by Casanova, yep, that one, featuring multicolored humanoids, strangely small flying horses, and fruit-eating serpents. The SRM is 4. It's pale gold, IBU of 90, final gravity 1.08.
The SRM is what? 4?
Yeah, the SRM is 4. If you look at it, it's super clear, pale gold color.
That it is.
It's pretty damn.
Yeah, man. I'm a big fan of this brewery in general. I think they're doing amazing stuff. They're fairly young. Friend of the show, Eddie. He works for them now, right? He's
Yep.
their
Yep. He's
their
there.
rep in the LA area.
in the LA area.
Yeah, they're out of San Diego.
He picked they're out of the brewery
whale's
is out of San
vagina.
Diego. Yes. Isn't that ironic though? Because a lot of whales. San Diego.
Oh, there you go.
Discovered by the Germans.
But yeah, Eddie, if you're listening, send us beer.
Yes.
Yes, more.
If you're listening.
Thank you.
Do
More
this.
modern times.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I would say I like this one the best of the so far that we've had tonight. Like,
Tasty.
yeah,
This has got to be one of the most unique IPAs I've had. Like, I don't think I've ever had one that's comparable and flavor to other IPAs. Usually, you can find like a.
it's a good blend of hops, right? Because you get like the fruitiness of the Galaxy with like the kind of citrusy bitterness of
The Centennial.
yeah.
Yeah, Centennial is definitely there.
All right. So, football is back. Woo! Exactly. That's
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Oh, you mean American football?
American football, the NFL, the National Football League.
College football was back last week, though.
Oh, yep, this is true too. Very good. So overall, lots of football excitement for the pigskin. So we did it last year during our MIA special, and everyone got their picks in for what we think is going to happen this season. So everyone, throw it out. What's your Super Bowl? Who's going to win it this year?
Miami
The
Dolphins.
Houston Oilers.
Miami Dolphins are going to win. They're going to the Super Bowl. And because we're going to be so good, we're going to also be representing the AFC and the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
And I think the Marlins are going to have the most yards.
I like it. That's a very bold prediction
Yeah,
there by Alex.
last time we did this, I predicted the Colts were going to go all the way. Sadly, that was very mistaken.
Well, it's because they ran out of luck.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Not-
they ran out of luck. So this year, I am picking the Seahawks instead.
Seacocks?
The Seahawks.
That's a risky.
You got to make it past
That's
week
the
one.
Dolphins in week 1. Dolphins.
Dolphins. He's my favorite player.
Flipper.
Have you seen their Bad Bruno Miami Dolphins cover for the new song? They remade the new song again.
Oh my gosh!
So it's not that strange T-Pain.
No, it's it sounds like the New England Dropkick Murphys redid the song. So
Okay.
it's like a
I love the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah,
So-
well,
And I'm
okay.
not saying that sarcastically.
Yeah. I mean that.
I seriously love
So
them.
we made it for Patriots fans.
yeah.
When we come down here.
Maybe we can sign Tim Brady.
Yes.
How about Tomb Booty? Anyway.
Tam Brody.
I don't know why it's so funny to just mispronounce Tom Brady.
Tony's enjoying that. You got a Super Bowl prediction there, Tony?
I'll say Carolina this year.
No, they get their revenge. Go back. I'd say they go to the Super Bowl, but they lose again to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I say the team from Hawaii.
The
Okay.
Honolulu Coconuts.
The Waikiki Winter Havens.
Very good.
Don't watch much NFL, do you?
Yeah, you-
No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say you're gonna do very well in fantasy football this year, Alex.
I dread playing fantasy football. I think it perverts the game. I enjoy watching the contest. I hate rooting for individual players getting yards. I think it
Then
ruins
root
it
for your defense.
Yeah, I just root for the
Well, actually, have you played in a league where you pick the defense?
Yeah, I
players?
do. I
You
play
could.
One, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
play
very-
in one.
A perverted
Have you played in a league where it's only defenses on your team?
I wish.
Oh, like the
That'd
We could
cornerback,
really do that.
defensive end.
If you want to do that next year? You
No,
set that up.
no,
No
I
kickers
hate fantasy football.
or all kickers?
An all
Defense and kickers.
An all kicker league sounds like the most painful draft ever.
Sounds like it would be awesome. to
Wait,
watch
I
that
got the
game.
Dolphins kicker. I win.
Yeah, well, someone. We've got a few members in Beer Bros BS, and someone took a kicker in round 6. They shall not be named.
Maybe they really needed a kicker.
That's just stupid, though.
Wait, who took a kicker in round 6?
He just said they shall not be named.
Yeah, that blah 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 blah.
It wasn't me.
What does
I
it
think.
rhyme
No.
with?
Because I was drinking while I was drafting, so I don't really remember.
You know you
Drinking
never.
and drafting.
You know you should never drink and draft.
Yeah, that's a really bad idea.
Beer Bros
That's how you
BS
end
does
up
not
with-
condone drinking and
That's how
drafting.
you end up with a kicker in round 6.
Yeah, that's like what's the theory going around?
You look so nervous right now. Like
Yeah.
you look like you want to check your roster. Like, God damn it! Was that
Like, when did I pick my kicker again? Damn it.
Oh, whew, safe. It was round 7. Okay.
Yeah, like the
I think I picked him round 7 or 8.
Oh Jesus! So maybe it may have been you
You
then.
remember that report card that came out in the end?
Yeah,
that would be reflected.
you got like a D, Jose.
Did I?
Oh no. Oh, C. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. I got the best grade. Anyway.
Tonight, Von Miller is wearing the first ever Yeezy cleats.
Yeah.
Because
Is that your topic?
as we all know,
He's like, that is not.
as we all know,
the
Yeezy
kicker that I
knows
picked was,
everything about NFL football.
The kicker that I picked was Aguayo, which is very rare for me to pick but he's great as a kicker. So
Yeah. You pick a fantastic collegiate kicker.
yeah, I did
From where?
FSU.
Oh, I just love,
I balanced it out.
I know the irony
FS
of
who?
an FSU kicker being good.
I just love seeing this.
Yeah, I took 2 FSU players,
Oh, I love seeing this.
but I backed
eating
it up
your
because
words.
I got 2 UM players.
Just
so
eating
I
your
balanced
hate.
out my roster.
Yeah, you'll drop them soon enough.
I'm not gonna drop Greg Olson. Are you fucking crazy?
I picked up
Didn't
James.
he only go there
Winston
one
just
year?
So he could write the
Greg
bench all
Olson
year.
is like arguably one of the best tight ends in football.
Did he
besides
just go there
Gronk.
like 1 year? His senior year?
What?
No.
Greg Olson?
Greg Olson?
No, dude.
Greg Olson is the man.
Who am I, G-Reg? What I
Oh,
do?
now you're all
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
him like he's shocking now.
What?
Greg Olson's pretty close.
Oh, here we go.
Who's
Part
Frank
of the
Olson?
7th floor crew.
Anyway.
I like Greg Olson, Jeremy Shockey. I think those are fair comparisons. I don't really think that's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
crazy.
They're both
Well, I think
fucking badass.
Their
I
college
think,
careers may have not have been the same, but I think that their professional careers are
I think
comparable.
Kellen Winslow is more comparable to Jeremy Shockey, but
And I think Gronkowski is
he's hurt again.
yeah, I know.
is a
What topic you
stupid
bring for
name.
us? Jose?
Yes.
So the topic that I brought for us today is so recently we had the PlayStation conference this week, but this topic's not about the PlayStation. Instead, it's about Microsoft and how they're releasing more kick-ass shit every week. This comes in from Eurogamer. The Xbox, Microsoft has released a onesie. An Xbox onesie, officially licensed onesie that you can, and actually has a hood and also a pocket in your a front pocket so you can keep your controllers.
Oh, it's an adult onesie.
Yeah, it's an adult
Yeah.
onesie.
Oh, I thought it was a onesie for your console.
Yeah, that's what I was starting to get.
No, no, no,
That's
no.
weird.
It's
It
an
already
official-
gets kind of hot.
It's an official branded all-in-one outfit for you. Yes, you to lounge on your sofa and eat
Me?
pizza in.
Oh,
Well, they know their audience.
and it has a
So-
little back flap, right? Booty flap
For when you have to poop.
for all your
It has
poopy
an
butt
extra
niggas.
large hood, and it has the forearm grip, so you can like wipe yourself. And you can even get your gamer tag embroidered on it.
Wait.
So
But
It has
does
a
it have the-
forearm
These are-
grip.
Does
The
it have
onesies.
the butt flap?
Yeah, yeah. Very important to have the butt flap.
Yeah.
Well, I can't
Nobody's
tell.
gonna get a onesie without a butt
Our
flap.
our
can't
listener
tell
needs
from
to know
here.
these things.
But yeah, Microsoft has released a onesie.
Hermione, little kitty.
Yeah, like
I mean, if you have to like take the entire thing off to use the bathroom, that's just like
That defeats the purpose of the onesie.
Sometimes it's long enough you can wrap it backwards.
that's
You
what
can
we're
tug
trying.
it.
That's what we're trying to find out here.
But if you can
Yeah.
tuck it, then doesn't
No,
matter.
we're talking about taking a dump, though, bro.
Yeah.
You need,
matter if it's explosive enough.
Yeah. You know, if you're playing
you're gonna
Xbox,
burst through the onesie.
You're shocked at that.
you know if you're playing
That's
Xbox, you've
super
been eating
gross.
Taco Bell on Mountain Dew all day, so you're gonna have to fucking take a shit at some
hopped up
point.
on Mountain Dew.
So I just found this article and I was like, wow, we have official Microsoft onesies.
it'd be
So-
cool if it like charged your
so
controller
was-
while you're holding it.
I was gonna say, was this Microsoft's response to the PlayStation conference?
No, they didn't have to, they didn't have to respond. Sony, the Xbox One without doing anything.
Yeah, congratulations on no streaming on 4K on your
Yeah.
your new console.
Yeah, we'll save that for later.
Tough and swing, sling, my ding-a-ling.
And this brings us to our
6.
What beer is this?
fourth.
Is it really?
This is
Oh, 6? I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm
This
feeling
is,
it.
Yeah, this is number 5. All right,
Feeling it.
so this is Metal Chef once again. So I am hopefully pronouncing it right. The Weihenstephaner. Did I get that right?
Close
All right.
enough, yeah.
All right.
Let's
so
get Jose out here
and-
to read it one more time.
and I would say Corbian, but I know I'm saying it wrong. It's
Just for contrast.
Corbinet. How the hell you say it?
Corbinian.
Cortana.
Corbinian. All right. Yeah.
Wait,
so,
no, I'll read it for you.
yeah. No, I know. Well, we already got it right. So you. Don't
Wait, we have two
But for
bottles of it?
contrast-
Opinion.
Oh, wait, so we could have done full pours on this?
yeah, I didn't realize how
Oh,
much
yeah,
was in
well,
the bottle. All right. Yeah.
Here you go.
Share the magic. Anyway, so this is a Doppelbock. We don't feature too many of the imports, so I figured it was important to do this during my Tampa trip. We went to Mr. Dunderback's in Tampa, which I highly recommend. Great German food, great prices. Best schnitzel, hands down, best schnitzel that I've ever
What's
had.
schnitzel?
It's
Breaded
meat.
cutlets.
Yeah. It's usually veal or pork.
Sounds fantastic.
It's
Chicken.
amazing.
You've never had schnitzel, dude?
I've heard of Wiener Schnitzel.
So it's like meat nuggets.
No, it's
No,
like,
no,
it's
it's
a
like
it's a
it's like cutlet. Okay, like pasta, like primavera.
Okay.
I thought that
No,
was
not
just a bunch
pasta
of
prima.
veggies.
Like veal parmesan.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
You know, like the veal, breaded veal.
But without the sauce on top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Right.
German.
Yeah, and don't think like
Don't
a
get
thick
lost
crust.
in
It's
the
like
sauce.
more of a like
Exactly.
a deep fried, think
Oh,
like
it's like thin
chicken
crust.
fried steak.
Right. Okay.
But it's beaten down, thinly sliced veal chicken.
Beaten down.
Well, yeah, like
Yeah, they beat it
The
good.
poor veal
The meat
didn't suffer
tenderizer or
enough
whatever.
in death. You're gonna beat the fuck out of it.
Before you digest it. Yeah.
But yeah, theirs is really good.
Makes for
They
extra
have all
tender.
kinds of sauces. They have like a sour cream sauce, and
They have a horseradish sauce.
uh,
Fucking love
probably
horseradish.
they have like all kinds of awesome hot mustards. Anyway,
Do an episode at Fritz and Franz. Should do that.
right?
What?
That'd be amazing.
Let's go right now.
Yeah, the reason why I bring this up is because Mr. Dunderbox was celebrating Oktoberfest, which Oktoberfest is getting ready to kick off in Germany. So
yeah.
I got one of these beers. I haven't had one in a really long time, and I was like, you know what? I got to share this with the show. I think this is one of the best Doppelbocks that's out on the market. It's rated 94 on Beer Advocate, and I want to say on Rate Beer it's 98. So it's pretty high up there. What do you guys think of it?
and also Weihenstephaner is the world's oldest
Still operating.
brewery. Yeah, still operating brewery.
Yeah, 16 something, right? 16
It's like
something.
I want to say like 1066 or something.
No
Yeah,
way.
because the 1600s are the
Wait, it says it
are the
proudly on the
Bavarian
bottle.
breweries.
Oh, wow.
Dave, Tony, did you guys go to the brewery of Weihenstephaner?
And it's not in Bavaria.
Oh,
It is, but it's like outside of Munich though.
okay.
Oh, it is?
You went to the tent though at Oktoberfest.
No, they're not.
Oh, they don't have a tent at Oktoberfest.
They're not made within the city limits.
Oh.
Only beer that's allowed to be served at Munich Oktoberfest are the beers that are brewed within the city limits.
Oh, okay.
Damn,
I
son.
gotcha.
Snobbing hardcore.
Okay.
Do you want
I
to?
believe, actually, Dave, I believe we had a Weihenstephaner beer before when we did the Oktoberfest.
We could have done their Oktoberfest.
Or it might have been Hogarden, I forget.
Well, technically, all right. So technically, any Oktoberfest beer, other than the six that are made within the city limits, everything else is Oktoberfest style beer.
Oh, it's not actually. This is not Oktoberfest. but
Fest
it's-
beer.
Yeah, it's a styled beer. Just like you can't make
Marzen?
champagne outside of
Right.
the
That-
champagne.
And you
Well,
can't make
they're
a
all called
Trappist
that, yeah.
beer without being a monk.
Yeah, exactly. So it's you have Trappist style, but
Anyway, so what do you guys think of the Stoppelbach?
Does it say what year Weihenstephaner?
No, it didn't say it.
Okay.
Usually it does, but not here. It tastes kind of pruny. Like,
Right. Like dark fruit.
yeah, dark fruit, prune.
I get chocolate, which is interesting to me because it's usually supposed to be very caramelly. I got the caramel, but I also got like a little bit of a roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like roasty malty.
Yes.
I get like dark fruity and then the malty, roasty malty. I know. We don't have too many Doppelbocks on the show. How would you
It's
say?
not a super popular style, but it's a good style.
Yeah, I like it because it doesn't taste overly heavy, but they're usually super high BV. So if you want to get wasted pretty quick, these are always a good go-to.
Well,
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
you have to remember on styles is that you have to be able to distinguish for one from the other. Like Pilsners, it's very hard to distinguish like one Pilsner from the next, or it's a lager, it's hard to distinguish like one lager from another one.
Yeah, I think Doppelbock's
But
very
Doppelbock,
pretty good.
Yeah, you could get like a very like Weihenstephaner is going to taste different from like another Doppelbock that you might get.
Yeah, what,
okay. So according to Wikipedia, which we all know to be true,
Wikipedia.
ja, das ist true. Since we're speaking the Deutsch, yeah, Wikipedia. The brewery can be traced back to 768.
Wow.
However, a brewery licensed by City of Freising can be traced back to 1040.
That was really good.
Wow.
I know you.
1040.
did-
Meine Deutsch ist scheiße.
The Scheisse.
So that's like Middle Ages, or is it like creeping up to like Dark Ages almost?
That's like Ostrogoth shit, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's
That's like my uncle fucked up Rome. Then we
Right?
opened a brewery.
So the brewery's been there almost
celebrate.
1,000 years. That's like
I mean, the one that got me was when we went to the Augustiner Brewery for dinner that one night. So I got a yelling incident with the taxi driver. it was like we looked it up, and they had been around since like 1490 at that same spot. And I'm like, I can't believe that this place had not been bombed, that had not been just totally leveled in World War I or II.
Well, and any other war, I mean,
Yeah, every 100 years that they had a
Well,
war.
I'm sure the generals, deliberately
No,
deliberately
not that one.
spared the breweries. They're like, well, they can leave these.
they're artillery, but
I don't think you can
kinda that
when you're
way.
flying, and you're flying over, and you're just just literally carpet bombing, just dropping bombs wherever you go.
It was a blessing.
Well, they
I mean,
actually,
and at the
like-
same time that they were also churches
yeah,
and
like
monasteries, and so they're not like this is where the Nazis are hiding.
well,
Bomb the friars.
so the Allies deliberately didn't bomb churches and historical buildings.
Oh yeah.
And then so the Germans would hide strategic buildings, dress them up like churches and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Not for
Take
the
that, silly allies.
Pretty funny, but
well,
not for the friars.
Yeah,
so.
congratulations to
Yeah, it didn't really work out well
Weihenstephaner
for
for
Yeah.
not getting their
Gwen Stefani?
no, not Gwen Stefani.
What topic you brought for us this week?
I just actually, Tony knows about this, but Modern Times, the brewery from which I brought the beer, posted an article earlier this week on their blog about the perils of selling out. Rather, it was just a scathing indictment of not only the selling out culture in craft breweries, but also of the writers of craft beer journalists, which I thought was interesting because that's not a good PR move, right? But
Yeah, it was pretty ballsy for a modern time.
it was super ballsy. It definitely stirred up a lot of emotions, and I mean, I think the guy hit the nail on the head. He pretty much takes every single point that breweries lean on when they're selling out, like, oh, we're going to get access to distribution, oh, we're going to get access to financing, oh, we're going to get access to equipment. And he really just kind of pulls it apart with industry insider knowledge as to the actual costs and access that breweries really do have. And he cites just a bunch of examples of breweries that did make it without selling out. Modern Times included is a small brewery that has grown rapidly.
Well,
and it's not
rapidly enough that we're having it on the show. I mean,
Well, I mean, it's not like it gets distributed out here, but it's worth having. It's good beer. And courtesy of that article, I did a little digging, and I found out that Founders is 30% owned by Mahao San Miguel out of Spain.
Really?
Huh.
Yes,
never knew.
I did not know that, so I thought I'd just share that right now.
Do-do-do-do.
And really, the article just boils down. He says that the only reason that anybody sells their brewery is to turn equity into cash, and anybody who tells you otherwise is full of shit. I mean, and that's spot on, because everything else is really like, well, what we could do with the cash. But that's really what it's about, is turning equity into cash. And I was wondering if you guys have any thoughts on brewery selling out. You guys okay with it?
What,
well, I'm
is
okay
that,
with it as long as it doesn't lower your product quality.
As long as you don't start focusing only on flagships and stop experimenting.
Right.
Right,
But
exactly.
that's nearly impossible if they take a majority stake or higher, right?
Right.
I mean-
so so you want
Half-
an
half of
investor of your brewery, but you don't want them to own absolutely outright your brewery.
Yeah.
the way I see it,
Well-
it's a business. You're in it to make a profit.
But a profit
Eventually-
is different from selling your business. Because
You're-
you could be making a profit every year, which it makes your business very attractive to someone who wants to buy it.
I mean, my view is, I like to just drink quality beer. So,
You don't get caught up in that?
if you, I think of Goose Island.
Right.
They're owned by Anheuser-Busch AB InBev. And, I won't drink their flagships or whatever, but the Bourbon County stuff is awesome. And
Most of the time.
right, when they're not infected. But
Their
like-
Juliet's is pretty good.
Yeah, Halia is really good.
But and their sours, I love their sours, right? Like I'll put
Yeah.
their sours up against any brewery.
They do really good high end stuff.
Yeah. So like, if the beer's good, I'll drink it regardless of if it's owned by a big beer or not.
You don't think there's something subversive?
But I do see like that most of the
But then
time that's
again-
not the case, right? Like
But then again, with Goose Island, for instance, you don't know what they could have done, like what other beers they could have done if they weren't like bought out or not.
I believe
So-
they were already bought out by the time they started their barrel aging projects.
Okay,
Just
well,
throwing that out there.
but
I'm-
see, as long as it doesn't like
Right, the
hinder
barrel
your
aging was
progress to
99.
experiment with other things and keep on making more like different types of amazing beer than just sticking with what you have, I think that's what makes the difference for me. I want like a brewery that is coming out with new ideas.
You guys don't think it's kind of... actually, I think you had something to say, Tony.
that I'm not sure if their barrel program existed before or after they were bought, but I want to say that it like they had it going when they were bought because I
Okay.
think that they said like we want to retain control of that.
Okay. So I was mistaken.
Well, I don't know for sure, but like
I'm 100% sure that the barrel aging started in 99. And I thought the acquisition took place before that, but I could be wrong.
yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
In any case, you guys don't think that there's something subversive about big beer purchasing smaller breweries?
Yeah, one thing.
Well,
that I
yeah,
do
and,
agree-
and then sort of dominating local markets.
That
I mean,
is
because
kinda
craft
scary
beer is
where it's-
hyper local.
Yeah, that's where it's gets kind of scary because they're like these big beer companies are buying out these local craft breweries to be anti-competitive and then close out not the ones that they're buying, but like surrounding ones. So that's
Right,
and that
yeah.
to me is messed up. It goes against like what like the laws and like the competitive nature that we have.
Or them providing ridiculous incentives to distributors to not carry independent breweries.
And also like taking over taps at bars.
That's the main thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Or shelf space in the
At
markets.
right.
stores.
Say,
yeah.
oh yeah, it's craft beer when it's really
And
it's just a
that's why I
brand.
think it's. I personally, I'm of the opinion that it's very important to support independent local businesses. I think that it makes a difference. I think it absolutely makes a difference, not only in your experience of consuming the beer, but in the local culture. I
Well,
think that that's a.
Well, on top of that, I like the balance that it also makes the big beer companies who might get lazy and fall back on routine ideas to be like, hey, we need to step our shit up and actually take it serious and focus on doing something new and exciting.
But they won't
That's an excellent
because
point.
what they will do is that they will buy somebody else out that is already
let someone
doing-
else do it. But still, the idea is at least they're listening. They're hearing the criticisms and they know, like, okay, well, we need to do something to change that.
I don't think that it boils down to much more than what Jose pointed out. It's just that they want a slice of the pie. They,
Yep.
don't grow without us. And it doesn't bode well for beer because when Big Beer was the steward of beer culture, it was just a single style, heavily marketed. It really,
As long as they-
destroyed the culture.
The pinnacle right there is as long as they don't take away home brewing, where like most of these small independent breweries come
Start.
from,
Yep.
then it's pretty healthy. But once you start making laws where you ban or prohibit home brewing, then it gets to you have a much bigger control.
Then it gets exciting.
Yeah, then you could be like what Breaking Bad of like
I have Walter White.
pretty much.
And that brings us
Make
to
them
our
The
Malter
blue
White.
beer.
sixth
Malter
beer of the
White.
night.
Yeah.
6. Wow.
What are we drinking?
So this one is from Clown Shoes.
Fucking clown shoes.
Fucking Clown Shoes.
I love
from,
these guys.
They're from Ipswich, Massachusetts. And this one is called Luchador en Fuego, a Mexican-style chocolate stout brewed with spices, vanilla, and aged in bourbon barrels.
Olay.
And this is the 2016 version. I know.
It smells great.
I know Dave's a big fan of the Clown Shoes Brewery.
Yeah.
I think
Chocolate
Is
sombreros.
that because of
probably
your hilariously sized feet, or
Partly, yeah.
they do make good?
Is it the honking red nose that you wear all the time?
And bow tie.
Why were you telling people my secrets?
And the bow tie.
This is why there's not a video.
That's
podcast.
that's true, Jose. That's not funny. They're making up things about me.
This turned
That's
into a
real.
roast of Dave real fast.
I'll let you guys roast me,
Must be,
but you have to let me roast you back though.
That's fine.
Jose's like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. So it has a big nose of chocolate.
Mhm.
Smells great.
I poured mine out a little bit early so it can settle a little bit as with these beers, and that was a wise decision.
You get the jalapenos on the fire in the back end.
Yeah, because like when you first have it, it's potent. So once you let it settle, all the flavor comes in. You get the nice chocolate, the spices, good stuff.
A friend of mine was recently in New York, and she was telling me about a bar she visited. I believe it was called Torst.
Oh yeah, that's in Brooklyn. That's
Yes.
Evil Twin Brewery.
Brooklyn Stand Up.
Bar, I should say.
And she was telling me that there they serve the beers at different temperatures.
Mhm.
So your stouts come out at just the right temperature for you to start drinking right away. You don't got to worry about warming them up.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a
I'd
good place.
rather
You
have it a
need
little
some-
bit chillier and then I warm it up myself.
Yeah, you like the experience of it opening up for you?
Yeah.
I like that too. I like it when they open up for me.
Well, I believe at the Mr. Dunderbacks they have that listed on their thing too, like what temperature they serve. their
Yeah,
beers.
and I know they've got like the fridges. Like they've got several fridges, and they're
And
all
it
set to
has-
different temperatures.
Perfect.
It's listed on there.
Yeah, we need to get that down here,
Yeah,
man.
I was about to say we need to invest in one of those for our beers.
Yep. But yeah, Torst. If you're ever in Brooklyn, that's we're stopping there. Torst actually means thirst in Danish.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Check
what
out
was
the
it?
Nothing
big green
wrong
on
with
Tony.
Exactly.
So Tony, what do you got for us this week?
Yeah, so I came across an article that was, I think, of great interest to all of us, and so I'll just describe this. This was a brand new invention that was just announced, and it is called the Urinary 2.0. It is a high-tech urinal that washes and dries your penis after you urinate.
Amazing.
It
What?
can adapt to
What
whatever.
a time to be alive.
Right?
So this is a brand new invention.
Will 3.0 also suck your dick afterwards?
Whoa, whoa.
we
Calm
can-
down there.
A man can dream.
There's already glory holes, buddy.
So,
Whoa, you calm down there
Here
too.
we go.
after the user finishes urinating,
Or whatever
Hopefully.
they're doing.
I hope that's all you're doing. It gets straight to work, making them clean and dry before they fasten up. Soapy
Wait. It pulls up your pants
No,
for
no,
you
no,
too?
Let me finish.
Yes, that's a good idea.
You don't want it zippering up, dude.
So,
You gotta do the pudding away.
first, soapy water is administered for 3 seconds to clean the penis of the user. The water is set to be cooler in summer and warmer in winter, say the manufacturers. Then, another sensor activates climate-controlled drying. And like a bathroom hand dryer, it blows the area dry in 3 seconds, apparently.
He got a hand dry job.
So the invention is currently in its prototype stage, thanks to the Spanish team of biochemist and businessman Edward Gavorkian.
Dr. Gavorkian. Oh, shit.
Gavorkian. Economist Ivan Geiner and coach Miguel Angel Levanteri. And made following an original idea from Levanteri, the team believe they may have a hit on their hands.
It looks like a sex robot in the pictures. It's got 2 eyes and a face to stick your dick in it.
So it says, don't worry if you're lacking in confidence in the trouser department. According to Gavorkian, the system adapts to any user, regardless of the size of his member, for anyone in the world may be discriminated against.
Nice.
So he
There's
believes
hope for you. There's
Mine
hope for you,
might be
JJ.
too big.
Yeah, I know, right? Woof. I was starting to
Whoa.
get worried there.
he believes it's more than a gimmick. In fact, he sees it as a possible replacement for the common toilet, comparing it to the mixer tap in terms of game changing.
But Tony, where's the guy from Reddit that likes to put his balls in the urinal? You got to tell that one
That's
real
another
quick.
story. But let me finish this. So Gevorkian and his team are negotiating the sale of the patent with a company in Spain offering in the region of around 680,000 euros, which is about $765,000. And who knows, we may be seeing the urinary 2.0 in bathrooms very soon.
Coming to a bathroom near you.
That thing better do the temperature control when it does the heating correctly, because
Ooh, that could be a lawsuit if it fucks up and it burns your dick, like the water gets too hot.
Mm-hmm.
That would suck. Or if it blow dries your dick too hot.
Now, one thing that concerns me, it says it can blow your junk dry in 3 seconds.
That's a powerful blow.
I was gonna say, even the fucking Dyson Air Blade or whatever, those dryers take 15 seconds to dry your hands.
But that's
that shit will dry
but they
your
do that
penis
with
and
a
circumcise
thin
it.
string of air.
say.
So this thing is gonna blast a fucking vortex tornado at your cock.
For
Apparently,
those of you that are not circumcised.
Well, if you guys can't handle it,
I have no comment.
Oh, so you have to get
Some of us
hard
aren't
before
worried
you
about
stick it in there.
So anyway, the article finishes saying that Gevorkian says he believes there could be a like invention for women. Following. this one.
okay.
There is no discrimination.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait, I mean that makes sense
so
for
women have to
dudes.
use urinals now.
Well, I assume it would be like a toilet.
You're assuming though.
Yes, it does not go into detail about the this idea.
Yeah, I mean, for ladies, that sounds like just like a fucking ass suction cup. Like,
Are you saying that girls pee from their ass?
But for ladies, it
No,
would be
but they
useful because they wouldn't have to
sit down.
They wouldn't have to
Squat.
dry all the time. No.
So, what do you guys think?
They're
Are
not
you
gonna
guys,
put their ass up against a fucking wall.
are you guys excited
Fucking
for
germs.
the urinary 2.0?
They're cleaning it though.
No, I'm saying the outside, not the part that's gonna fucking dry the
Maybe it
vagina.
cleans itself.
Well,
Maybe it's got a Roomba that
well,
comes
that
down.
one doesn't even exist yet. We're just talking about the urinal 2.0. So for yes, Tony, I see this happening. Is the future science?
Yes, I'm very excited about it. Although,
Though the 3-second air dry is scary. Though.
that is scary. This is one thing that, I don't know why America is so
you
behind.
dry in 3 seconds?
Why is America so behind in toilet technology? I've gone to Japan. Japan has the fucking most awesome toilets.
Okay, explain.
Okay, so they have, number one, the toilets have seat warmers built in. They're powered, right? So they actually plug into the electricity.
mean
But I'm
Two.
sure they have that here though.
Well,
In up north.
so you have seat warmers. It has a little jet that cleans your asshole, a little water sprayer built in.
Like a bidet.
Like a bidet.
Yes, and it also plays music so that people don't hear you doing your business.
Yeah, he's talking about a public bathroom. He's not. You don't see bidets in Disneyland.
I don't know where you go, sir.
And Disneyland, there's no fucking bidet.
You should
the
heighten
VIP.
yourself.
Oh, okay. You only use the bathroom at Snow White's castle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You'd have to go past
but the music that it
cryogenically
plays, is
frozen
it like
body
metal?
of Disney.
So you can't hear anything outside?
Well,
Because if it's classical music, you're going to hear that shit.
Yeah.
No,
Dun,
pun
dun,
intended.
dun, dun, dun,
it sounds,
dun,
it,
dun.
sounds, it sounds more like video game music, honestly.
That's not shocking.
Exactly, it is Japan.
You just hear the Tetris song on loop.
That's when you turn to pieces and made that sound.
This is when I wish I had the soundboard connected.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, what
then
happened
you
to
have the water running sound. Anyway,
Or the sad trombone, the
Anyway, did we talk about the beer at all? The clown shoes?
no.
Yeah, we did, and we talked about.
Oh yeah, I said that once it warms up, you get all the chocolate. It's real chocolatey, and you get the spices.
I was gonna say
Is it supposed to be spicy?
I'm already done with mine, so
Yeah. I mean, did you get any heat from it?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
back end.
I
Really?
think the heat is what kind of cancels out the spiciness. That's why
The heat
like,
comes
it's-
on the back end.
Yeah, the heat. It's
I don't get it.
It's very
Slosh it
tough
around,
to
JJ.
get spiciness after like once you have heat, like that heat from the bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
like-
the one from Due South is like really spicy. Their Mexican cake or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
Mexican
but that, I don't
standoff.
think is that
Mexican standoff. Thank you.
Yeah, Mexican cake is Westbrook.
Oh, thank you.
the standoff. Is it barrel aged as well?
No.
Well-
It's spicy. It's spicy.
But like
Chocolate
when
cake.
you have something that's barrel aged, it's kind of hard to like mix in.
Fair enough.
To me, this is almost like a Hanapu, but
Almost.
it's more spicy. Like I get more spice from this than from Hanapu. And
Pretty sure. Yeah, I think I get more spice from the barrel aged. Like barrel aged Hanapu, I get more
Well-
spice on that than this, which is the comparison because this is barrel aged, and usually Hanapu is not barrel aged.
right. Yeah, I don't get a lot of barrel character from this.
That
Like-
was
It's a very slight barrel character.
I get bourbon like the heat.
Like to
from
me,
bourbon,
I get
but-
cinnamon and pepper.
I get pepper on the
Like
back.
yeah, like that's kind of what stands out to me.
I got a little bit of pepper, tons of chocolate.
yeah, tons of chocolate. I definitely got the chocolate.
I think Tony and I are super tasters.
Nothing is good to me except sours.
Dave's gonna do the Carolina Reaper challenge on Instagram soon.
Nope.
No. Actually, is there any beer out there with Carolina Reaper?
God, I hope not.
Probably not. And
God, I hope not.
Because there's the who's the one that does it? Ghostface Killer. That has like ghost peppers, habaneros, and
right.
things like that. But obviously, it has all
and
the
that
peppers.
one, and that one's like a brutal beer.
Yeah.
So I
that-
can't even
I've
imagine.
had half a bottle with my friend John, and that was
Yeah, actually, me, JJ, and Dan split a bottle of that one time, and it took us like an hour to drink a 12-ounce bottle of that. It's like drinking hot sauce. So yeah,
So I guess we're nearing the end of the show, but before we go, we have something a big announcement to make.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about it?
It's lit. Drum.
is it lit?
it's on fleek.
Yeah, so next time you hear us, we'll be recording at Box Elder
Craft Beer Market.
Craft Beer Market, our 50th.
Fitty.
The Fitty. The Fitty.
50th.
The big 5-0.
Woo! We'll be half a century old in terms of episodes.
We old.
Yeah, we'll be recording there, and there's going to be a bottle share after to celebrate. So if you're listening, I hope you come through, say what's up, have some beer, slap on the back.
Thank you,
how's your
listeners.
father?
Buy us a beer.
Thank you, listeners,
Yeah.
for hearing
Yeah.
us.
Give us
What is
your-
the date?
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Kind of important.
And or time.
Yeah, September 21st, 8 p.m. Be there or be square or whatever, or be early. That's cool too.
Yep.
I know
An
it's
hour
Miami,
early because
but
we know what you picked.
yeah.
Yeah. So and that is in the Wynwood area. So should be lots of fun.
Yeah, it's like off of 29th and 2nd Ave right on the main strip. If you've never been there, this is an excellent time. Check it out. There will be more information online.
And we'll
Check it out,
yeah.
check it out, check it out.
Yeah,
Bring
man.
your friends. Tell your friends. Bring your friends.
We could be friends. Shit, we could do this
It's
every weekend. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If you haven't been out to Box
Keep
Elder,
banging.
I mean, it's a cool fucking place, and if you have, you already know. So
The
And
food
you-
truck on the back of Box
Because if
Elder.
you don't know,
Now
now
you
you
know.
know.
Ooh, friends.
listener.
The
And
food
even
truck
better,
that they have there, House of Mac, fucking amazing.
and
House
we'll
of
be
Mac
there.
is the bomb.
Yeah, that's a good place.
The best part of the night is you'll get to see us. You'll get to meet us.
Meet the bros.
You get to see it in magic.
smell the BS.
The magic in person.
And I can tell you, it smells great, just like our next beer.
Ooh, yeah.
Glorious.
good segue.
Yeah.
The next beer is Cigar City Brewing collab series between The Answer and CCB. Most obviously, if it's a Cigar City collab. Good Nightmare Mekong. It's a coconut coffee imperial stout that has coconut coffee and cinnamon added.
So
The
good.
side label reads, Good Nightmare Mekong. Even your mama wants a taste, and she doesn't drink.
That's true.
It's pretty amazing.
Imperial stout with coconut coffee and cinnamon added. Pesadilla en un vaso. That means nightmare in a glass. You're welcome.
What's the ABV?
The ABV is
1,000.
Right? It's got to be like 12.
No, I think it's a
No.
little lower than that. It might be in the neighborhood of 11.
It doesn't really say.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I know we had Goodnight Mekong on a previous episode on our CCB special.
But
with-
this is
with
the nightmare.
Eddie. Yeah, this is the Nightmare, so this is brand new. This just came out like last month, I want to say. So, holy crap, it's awesome.
Yeah, anybody
It's
who drinks
10.1%,
there we go.
according to Untapped.
Anybody who drinks whales with me knows that I'm a whore for cinnamon.
This is cinnamon
Only
You're
for
a
coconut
cinnamon
bomb.
bomb whore.
I'm a cinnamon bomb whore. I can't help it. When it comes to a stout, I fucking love cinnamon. And the fact that this has coconut and coffee,
You know
And
what? I
cinnamon.
wonder how people get the coconut flavor. Is it like extract, or is it like, how do you get like...
I mean, I couldn't tell you exactly how they do it, but a friend of mine, Alex Bringus, who you met recently,
Right.
actually just brewed a coconut porter this weekend. He uses toasted coconut. He just uses regular toasted coconut.
So you get coconut, you toast it in an oven, and then you put it inside?
Yep.
Yeah.
He just throws it in there.
Just
Okay.
throw
Okay.
it in the
That's
mash.
an idea.
No, not in the mash. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Like some people probably
at
use
the end.
coconut extract
Okay.
No,
because
those sweet flavors, what you want to do is you want to put it in the secondary after like you were done fermenting almost.
Ah.
You'd think. Coconut is very sugary, and that's definitely gonna wake your yeast up.
yeah.
Have them going wild. Yeast gone wild. I'd watch that.
Yeah,
But definitely, if we
I
can,
do sometimes. I actually,
Whoa.
I creepily
Sit
stare
there
at my
at the carboy.
at the carboy, and I see it bubble off. I'm like, oh yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Sexy.
Yeah, that's what
You're
I'm
One of those things
slower.
is like 1.1 ABV.
I mean, I just gotta say, if anyone that knows anyone that can get us more beers from The Answer, everything I hear is amazing from these people. We've only had the collabs that they've done with CCB, which this is our third one from them. They're all phenomenal.
We had one of their beers at Hanapu Day.
Yes,
We
it
had,
was.
It was a triple IPA, and it was fantastic.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, that's right.
I forget the name of it, but I remember being.
I've only had a handful of triples.
So yeah,
Triple IPAs.
whenever we make it up to Richmond for Guarbecue, we got to stop by The Answer.
Oh,
Hey,
maybe next year.
What's going on in Virginia, man? They got a hell of a scene going on
Right?
over there, man.
Yeah, Richmond.
I think we're gonna have to do.
Well, actually,
got
isn't one of the
that.
best beer bars in
The
Virginia?
Answer. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's the #1 rated beer bar.
Oh, that's the Vietnamese place that you.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hence the name.
Yes.
Good Nightmare Mekong.
Yeah. Hey.
Wow, okay.
All right. That's it. Episode 100, possibly from the Barbecue, live on stage with Guar.
So let me ask you guys: does anything burn your bacon this week? Not
All right.
for me. I'm out.
All right. I'll do mine real quick. PlayStation, as mentioned earlier, just did their conference for the new PlayStation 4 Pro. So it's supposed to be the upgraded high-def 4K console, but they didn't really sell the console to me, and they also forgot to mention that it doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray drive, so you can't watch 4K movies on your new 4K PlayStation that you had to pay all this money for with your 4K TV, which
That's
you probably have to buy.
preposterous.
I mean, didn't somebody at Sony process review this hardware and we're like, okay, so we got 4K movies, which we do produce, and we got 4K, like,
They own Blu-ray.
But
they own
we're
4K
okay.
Blu-ray.
don't
Like,
wanna put
and you
4K
didn't
on
think
this.
about putting this
And that
2 and 2 together.
hurts my bacon.
Yeah, you.
For me, it's when a girl hides that pussy, and she should be the type to provide that pussy.
Okay. Jose,
Come back.
right.
Tony.
It's hard to top that one.
It is hard to top that one, but the name Matthew, it has an extra T, which is not needed.
I I agree. I agree. Because, you know what? Fuck that. That's not phonetic. It should be Matthew, not Matthew.
Exactly. Like Matthew has an extra T, which doesn't belong.
Well, Matt has an extra T, right? Matt with 2 T's.
Yeah, because it's from Matthew.
Oh, I always pronounce it as Matt.
Matthew.
Even the
I always
name,
pronounce it as Matt.
even the name Matt has an extra T, which isn't even needed.
Really? Because I always just said, "Hey, what's up, Matt?"
Well, so anyway,
Wow, I feel odd now.
that's what burns my bacon.
Okay, guys. Well,
You must hate French.
What burns my bacon is when you buy something at the fucking store and you're assembling it
At the
like
fucking store.
at the fucking store. You assemble that shit,
your
and then
emporium?
halfway in between, you realize that the fucking pieces are broken. So you have to disassemble the whole fucking thing, and you have to put it in a goddamn box and return it.
Been going to IKEA then?
I went to BJ's.
Oh.
I love BJ's.
You know that's a subsidiary of Walmart.
Who doesn't
Yeah, I
love
know.
That should tell you
No.
enough. That's why I shut.
No, no,
BJ's is owned by
You're,
Walmart?
you're thinking of Sam's
No,
Club.
no, no.
Oh,
Sam's
that's Sam's
Club.
Club. I'm
Sam's
sorry.
Club.
All right.
Yes.
Sorry, BJ's. Didn't mean to do that to
Does
you.
anybody remember Bargain Busters? Just asking.
Oh, God, vaguely, yeah.
Ugh, yeah, that's like asking
had
if I
turkey jerky
knows
But I
theirs.
knew
That's
better. My wife bought something. I
It's
was
like
like, "Oh,
fucking
it's $70
Incredible
off." And I was
Universe
like,
and shit.
really
Remember that
shitty.
place?
And
I remember
when I
Incredible Universe.
opened the box,
Yeah.
I found like one of the.
I just went there to
plastic
play
pieces
video games.
inside.
They had a great daycare.
so let me ask you guys: what was your favorite beer of the episode?
Wow.
Nightmare.
Yeah, the Good
Yeah,
Nightmare
man.
Mekong.
Yeah, Nightmare.
There were a lot of good ones, but that Good Nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Nightmare.
Clown Shoes is really good, too.
The Clown Shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a close second. Like
That
between
Weihenstephaner was very good also.
I like
Ridiculous is pretty good.
well, third is
They were all
well, between Clown Shoes, Modern Times, and Mekong.
Between all 7 of them,
You
man,
know
they're
what?
all-
Yeah. You know what, guys? Beer is pretty tasty. I have to say.
Okay,
love
guys.
it.
So remember, as always, you can send us your questions and comments to us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Facebook.com/BeerBrosBS. On Twitter and Instagram at BeerBrosBS. Remember, find us on Untapped, where we have all of our beer rankings. Send us in your ideas, questions, concerns, hopes, dreams, insults, nudes for Alex.
Roastings.
that.
Your
BeerBrosBS
your
at
your Beer Bros
gmail.com.
BS erotica fan fiction.
A little
Remember-
boudoir.
You can
Do we
find
have a Snapchat?
everything. No, we don't have Snapchat.
We need to get that. That's where we're going to get all the nudes.
We have everything. You can find everything on our website, beerbrosbs.com. Remember, you can always listen to the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and
Podcast Addict.
remember, you can find us next episode 50, at
Box Elder.
Box Elder Craft Beer Market.
September 21st,
At what time?
8 o'clock. That's
All
the
right.
bottle
I'm
share.
1 hour late, anyways.
I hope to see you guys there. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian.
Is Alex the King of Alapata?
Jose.
JJ the Metal Chef.
And Tony the Craft Beer Gooner.
All right, good night, guys. Cheers.
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 Beer Bros.
Beer Bros.
Beer Bros.
Beer Bros.